Hi, this is Lawrence Rentera, also known as a punk with toys on Instagram, and today I'm finally going to do something that if anyone watched the videos have seen, sitting in the back here, is the MOTU review of Mer-Man vs. Mer-Man. Now the question is, why two Mer-Men? Well, one is the Lords of Power. And the only thing that I can say when I looked at is it sounds like the Lords of Power Mer-Man is actually based on what the original Master of the Universe was supposed to look like. So it's a completely different sculpt. Matter of fact, the only thing that I can tell that really seems, I guess there's a few things that are the same, but his Corn on the Cob sword for the most part. So quickly, if you look here, this is the Mer-Man. The front of the box, front of the packaging looks the same. And then you have the back, all right, which this is the Lords of Power. And you do know this by the front says LOP, so it is kind of cool. I do really like the fact that the Classics line is taking other lines of He-Man and Master of the Universe and adding them into the Classics. And right now, it's September 15th. Anyone that went to MOTU Creations, you'll see they also added Sunman, which was never actually a He-Man. From what I understand, it was a knockoff of He-Man created by some kid. And some people say it's to add diversity into the line, which is cool. I'm fine with that. But I believe that it has a lot to do with, taking some of these knockoffs and actually creating them and making them part of the actual Master of the Universe line, which, in all honesty, is actually kind of cool because it actually was one of the easiest things to knock off. You saw them knocked off all the time. So, anyway, I think it's kind of cool. And they seem to be doing a good job of kind of showing you, just like this with the, LOP sticker here, that you know that, hey, this is a different line. So, on the back, again, I think I did show you this quickly. You see it's paint She-Ra. You see who is in this line, which is Fakor, Fisto, which I do believe I did, the other Evil Len, and Mer-Man, obviously. And this is what the Mer-Man looks like. And he is a really nice looking figure for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, I like the other way. The other one looks better, but that one actually kind of looks like a cat. Maybe that's just me. So, here's Mer-Man. We're gonna quickly go over him. That's LOP. Comes with the Sucker Punch comic book. Again, this wave comes with Sucker Punch, and you can see everyone that is on it. Once again, pretty cool. And then we have the normal Mer-Man, which is the one that we had as a child, as kids. And on the back, you can see that She-Ra is in that line, Roboto, Zodiac, and Mer-Man. So, again, the front is the same. The back, again, I love their artwork. It's so cool. I think they just really do a nice job. Comes with his comic here, Dimensional Doom, and again, the comics, all comics, the wave, they deal with the 4 figures in the wave, which I think is actually pretty cool. And then you have Mer-Man. And come on, let's be honest, he looks more like a cat than some sort of ocean figure. But anyway, so get these on Big Bad Toy Store. I think you can still get it. I'm starting to see them pop up. I'm not sure which ones have been popping up. I actually think Lords of Power is one that I've seen recently in the stores, but I can't remember. I never already have them, so I walk by, see them. I only see one per case though, or one per store. So like one figure, there's never a bunch of them, at least not here in Michigan and from the US. I know in Canada, they seem to be getting a lot of stuff at the Toys R Us. Yes, Toys R Us still exist, just not here in the US. Go figure. So let's take a look at these 2 figures. You can decide whether or not it's worth purchasing 2 Mer-Men. or if you just want to get one, or you don't want to get any, it's up to you. They're 15 bucks. And really, prices are actually starting to go up. You're starting to see that on Big Bad Toys. The whole new line of Wave 7 has jumped from $15, I think, to $17 or $18, which still isn't bad for what you're getting with this figure. So let's take a look at the figure. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm trying to get a quick review in before I go skateboarding and do some really bad skateboarding at age 45. So let's take a look at this thing. All right, so here we go. Both of these are the exact same, at least the front. Okay, but then you get the back, and I will show you here. The backs are obviously different. I mean, they even make the picture look different, which is kind of cool. Which you can obviously see that one has the glove, one does not. So it's actually kind of cool. I love their artwork. I mean, there's nothing that gives you a more nostalgic feel than the Masters of the Universe. And I just don't see how kids can't gravitate towards a line with, you know, figures with big bulging muscles, and, you know, you can smash them around. It's just cool. You know, here we have the 2 comic books, Dimensional Doom and Sucker Punch, which I'm not gonna lie, I think Sucker Punch is actually pretty good. It really goes into fake ore. So let's take a look at our figures here. And as you can see, they are completely different, which give them credit, because if there's a line that is known more for mixing and matching parts to make figures, it's Masters of the Universe. You look at this, these legs are completely different. At least the feet are. The legs seem to be the same. Hands seem to be the same. Your wrists are different. Arms look to be the same. Heads are completely different sculpts. Body, I'm pretty sure, are the same. They use the same sword. Different crotch piece, where one is textured, one is not. And then you have the different armor that he wears, which I think is actually kind of cool. Now, the other thing that if you do kind of notice is that the yellow here matches what this one has. So if you like this armor more and you want to throw it on here, you can. And the underwear on the outside, the underwear are the same color as his armor, so they definitely seem like you can mix and match, which once again, I think you can tell when they do their Master of the Universe, they do a wonderful job. Again, here it is. You know, there's not too much to really go over other than how these figures look. This one, he looks like a cat, in my opinion. But that's the one I know. This one, I don't know what he looks like, but he does look like something more from the sea. And I've never understood the corn on the cob sword, but they do use the exact same sword. Then you have your armor, which you can easily take off. As you can see, same with this one. I'll tell you what, man, you look at these and it definitely makes you say, hey, well, what happened if I went and mixed and matched some of these? And God, I think you might get some nice, easy customs where you're not painting. But again, the sword doesn't really stay in the hands the greatest. It does have the cover here, so you can kind of wrap it around. But if you're not wrapping it around, I don't think it's going to stand the same way the early Power Sword non-half one did. But you got these ankle rockers, knees bend. So I mean, you get the poses that you need. You know, shins are gonna bend here. Again, I really like the Master of the Universe line. I think it's really cool. I've really been fighting off staying away from the Revelations line that's out, and the more and more I see stuff, more and more I'm scared I'm gonna fall into that trap of picking those up. So anyway, these are your two figures. Let's wrap it up and you can decide what you guys want to do. All right, so there you have it. The two different Mer-Man Lords of Power, which again, I looked up a video before I did this, and from what I can see is this was the original, what the originals looked like back in the early 80s. And then in 2017, I believe, they did some sort of box set that had the original lookalikes. And here's the one that we actually got, which is the one I remember, but I think I do. It's been so long since I actually played with any Master of the Universe. But again, one looks like a cat, but we know it's Mer-Man. One is clearly not a cat, and he is Mer-Man. But same sword. For the most part, they use some of the same body, but these are two completely different figures. So you can kind of decide whether or not you want to go with two different ones. If you want to get both of them like I did. Try not to be a completist with this line, but it's getting harder and harder. Although I did not get the deluxe Hordak because I couldn't see a reason to get that figure because he did not look alike, or look any different than the regular release. But the more and more I go, the more and more I'm starting to think I'm going to be completist. That kind of scares me because no one pays me to do this. Anyway, there you go. I need to wrap it up. Try to do a video. I've done some other videos if you've watched. I got these. I really want to get one guy in the display, get them both up, but figured, hey, you know what? I got a little bit of time before I go ride my skateboard and try not to embarrass myself at an elderly age. But anyway, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I like doing these videos for everyone. I hope someone gets some information out of it. They get something, whether or not they want to go on Big Bad Toys or Entertainment Earth or Dork Side. Order these. Maybe look at it and say, you know what? Looks like trash. I'm going to spend my money and I'm going to go get the 80s version and just get the, the vintage line and spend my money on that. You can go do that. But again, I hope we get some good information. Again, like the video, give me a thumbs up. Want to follow me on Instagram, A Punk with Toys. I'm posting all my toys that I get, things that I find when I do new videos. I post it one's up. So anyway, you guys go have a great night. Start searching your Targets, Walmarts. These things are popping up. Big Bad Toys, probably the easiest thing to get. Just go on those, order them. Forget you ordered them and wait for them to come in, all right? Anyway, I'm rambling. As always, have a great night.